Okay. All right. Let me get myself situated here. Okay. Well, everybody get into your easy seated position. Take a moment to feel your legs, your thighs, your sit bones. Feel them, I don't know, equally balanced. Feel equal weight on both sides. Let your body weight settle into the parts that are actually in contact with the floor. And then feel your torso sort of rise up out of that, lengthening your spine. Breathing through your nose, your face is soft, your jaw is soft. Not any kind of breath in particular, but just make sure that it's nice, even, easy breath. Let's begin your torso rotations. Starting with a focus on the lower spine, your lumbar spine, getting movement as low as you can in your spine. And start to move that motion up your spine into your waist, circling your belly, trying to scrape the sides of the bowl with your belly button. And working up into your rib cage. See if you can circle mostly just your ribs, or at least those are the things that are moving primarily, and everything is moving because of it. Come back to center, bring your other leg in front. Let's go in the opposite direction, starting with a movement that will get into your lumbar spine. Maybe that's a bigger circle. Let that start to move up into your waist. Almost feeling as if you could put a little rotation into each vertebrae as you're working up your spine. And slowly work up from your waist into your thoracic spine where your ribs are. Come back to center, grab onto your shins, rock over your sit bones. Inhale, draw your belly button forward. Exhale, let it drop back. This can be a fast motion, this can be slower. If it's faster, your breath is faster. Bring your hands to your knees, inhale your chest forward, exhale, draw it back. As your chest goes forward, work on drawing your shoulder blades together. When you're ready for it on your inhale, lift your chin to the ceiling, stretching your throat. On your exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, chin to chest. One more inhale, lift your chin. And exhale, chin to chest. Bring your hands underneath your thighs, palms up or palms down. I like palms down. It gets me a nice stretch on my palms and my wrists. Chin presses against your chest. Hands press into the floor. Lengthen your spine. And start to roll down. And you're going to lean forward just a little bit. You're working towards getting your forehead to your shin. And whenever you hit that point where it's almost like a nauseating stretch, because you're stretching your spinal cord and your nerves, take a deep inhale and exhale. See if you can roll down a little bit more, keeping your chin against your chest as you tip forward, trying to get that forehead to the shin. And it's just an intention of your forehead to your shin. It may not happen. But that deep breath is what's going to help stretch here. We'll take a few more deep breaths here. See if you can stretch just a little bit more, come down a little bit further, even if it's just a hair or a scotch. And start to unwind, bringing yourself back up. Keeping your chin against your chest. Let's slide the chin over to the left. Keeping your shoulders dropped. I like to keep my hands under my thighs still. It encourages my shoulders to stay down. Let's slide over to the right. Slide over to the left. And go back over to the right. Let's lift your chin up and over to the left, lifting your chin away from the floor, away from your tailbone. Let's lift up and over to the right. Up and over left. Let's go up and over to the right. And bring your head to center. Release your hands, liberate your hands. Inhale, your arms above you, stretching up. And let's go for a twist. Exhale to the left. Sit nice and tall, lengthen your spine. Always focus on the length of your spine so that you're keeping your chest out of your belly. Taking deep breaths. The intention of drawing your left shoulder blade and your left rib cage back just a little bit more. So let's get some of those rhomboids engaging. Bring that left arm around your back, almost as if, well, maybe you could actually slide that left hand into the right thigh. But if your shoulders aren't open that much, if your pecs are inhibiting that, that's okay. Back of the hand against your back body and work on feeling that shoulder blade pull in towards the other one behind you. Taking deep breaths. Keep this torso rotation and look over your right shoulder. Deep breaths. And let's unwind. Inhale, arms above you, lengthen up. Let's take a breath here. This is a pretty deep stretch. And exhale to the right. Sit nice and tall. Find length in your spine before you attempt to go any further or any deeper into the twist. Keep your shoulders dropped away from your ears. And when you're ready for it, right arm wraps around your back. Maybe you can find your left thigh, maybe not, that's okay. Actively try to pull that right shoulder blade towards your spine. Keep the torso rotation, look over your left shoulder. And unwind, inhale, bring your arms above you, lengthening your spinal muscles. Exhale, bring yourself forward and down, walking your hands away from your hips and drawing your hips back away from your hands. From here, pull yourself to hands and knees. Knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. We're going to go for a little bit of a deeper thread the needle. So let's step the left foot back, pressing the ball of the left foot into the floor. Press your left heel away, lengthen your body. So that's a good calf stretch. At least it feels like it to me here. Okay, shift your body weight into your left hand. Inhale, bring your right arm overhead. Watch it go up. Exhale, slide through to your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. We're not going to stay here. Inhale, sweep up. Watch your arm go up. Exhale, bring it through. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up, open up. Exhale, bring it through. 1 more time. Inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, bring it through. Come down onto your right shoulder. Find a comfortable spot for your head so that it sort of lolls around. Relax your neck, relax your face, and reposition your left hand as you need to. Deep breaths. Only if you're comfortable with it, try to wrap your left arm around your back. Still try to keep your face and your neck relaxed. So you're not going to use your neck muscles to help stabilize you here. Use that left foot. Use the extended right arm as a nice kickstand. Deep breaths. Bring that left hand back down to the floor. Press into the floor with your left hand to bring yourself back up to hands and knees. When you're ready for it, straighten out the right leg, pressing the ball of the right foot into the floor. Get a nice stretch, reposition your body. Let's go the other side. Inhale, sweep your left arm overhead, watch it go up. And exhale, bring it through. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring it through. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale through. And 1 more time. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, bring it through. Let's stay here. Nice comfortable spot for your head. Relax your face, relax your neck. Reposition your right hand as you need to. So I like to put mine out so that I can see that my elbow and everything is at a right angle. When you're ready for it, you're going to wrap your right arm around your back. Keep your face relaxed, your neck relaxed. Keep breathing. Unwrap that right arm. Hand to the mat, press into the mat, bring yourself back up, hands and knees. Curl your toes under, let's come into down dog. Pull your hips back. Relax your neck, relax your skull. You're gonna do some moving tail of the dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, and on your exhale, bring your knee into your forehead. We'll do a few of these. Inhale, lengthening the leg out behind you, and exhale, bringing it into your forehead. Really try to get those to connect, getting a stretch on your spine, using core muscles to sort of ball up. Follow your breath. Let's do a couple more of these. And when you're ready, place your foot back down, come into a down dog just briefly, realign yourself. And let's step between the hands and come into a half lift. Forward fold. Feel your body weight equal between your heels and the balls of your feet. Press your feet into the floor. Inhale, arms out and overhead, looking up to your thumbs. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, lengthen your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale to an up dog. And exhale, down dog. So let's do that dynamic tail of the dog on the right side. Inhale, right leg lifts. And your exhale brings your knee to your forehead. Follow your own breath. Do a handful of these. Let's do a couple more. When you're ready, foot to the floor, find your down dog, realign. And then let's step to the top and half lift. Hang on to the half lift. I'm using the half lift to sort of get your blood to not be pooling in your face. Let's come into a forward fold. And inhale, arms out and overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's move through a classical sun. Inhale, arms forward, up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Left leg back, knee to the ground. Inhale, palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale to knees, chest, chin. Pull your shoulder blades together. Inhale to cobra. Shoulder blades stay pinching. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale it to the top. Right knee down. Inhale, palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step forward, half lift. Fold forward. Soften your knees, arms come forward, up and back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Right leg back. Don't put your knee to the floor. Inhale, arms out and up. Palms meet, perhaps. Maybe you can look up. It's up to you. Breathe. And place that right heel on the floor, open to warrior two. Left knee draws to the left. Make sure you can see the toe next to your big toe. Take a peek at your body. Don't trust what your brain thinks. Shoulders are over your hips. Wrists are over your ankles. Try not to grip the mat with your toes. Straighten the left leg. Let's tip into triangle. Reaching your right arm up to the ceiling. Lengthen the crown of your head away from your right hip. Maybe you can even feel that you're lengthening the crown of your head away from your right foot. Let's turn this into a revolved triangle or a modified revolved triangle. Plant the right heel and pivot your right toes to more of a 45-degree angle. Let's bring this right hand. Perhaps your right hand comes to the ground. If your hamstrings are a hard no on that, then both hands to your left shin. Soften that knee so that you're not hyperextending your left knee. So either both hands to your left shin or right hand to the floor, and that left arm goes up and around, reaching up towards the ceiling. Whatever your hamstrings are okay with this morning, you can take your time, and you can even start with both hands on your shin and eventually get right hand to the floor. It's okay, you're not dying. You're fine. Whichever version you're in, soften that left knee. We're going to bring both hands to the floor. Pivot so that all toes point forward. Lengthen your spine. So the left knee is as deep as you need it to be so that your fingertips are touching the floor, or maybe even you can get your palms to the floor. Following your breath, you're inhaling and exhaling, lengthening that left leg and then bending it. See what you can get. Maybe inhale, lengthen your left leg, straighten it, and exhale, soften it. And for me, inhaling on the lengthening part feels better, but for you, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you prefer to exhale on straightening the leg. Sometimes doing the hard thing on the exhale actually feels better. Okay, one more time of this. And then bend that left knee. Hands are planted to the floor. Let's step back into a plank. Let's hang on to this plank. Feet hip width apart. Shoulders are directly over your wrists, fingers are spread. Press your heels away. Draw the crown of your head away from your heels. Press your whole body away from the floor. Press into both palms, lengthen your arms. Try to avoid that sensation of letting your body weight settle into your arms and your hands. Okay, let's come down to the knees, chest, and chin. Pull the shoulder blades together, elbows pull together behind you. They're not going to meet, just letting you know. Okay, let's go for a cobra. We're going to hang on to it. Cobra pose. Engage your gluteal muscles, your butt muscles, back muscles. Shoulder blades draw together. Elbows point back to the back of the mat. You're pressing into the floor with your hands. You're using your back body muscles. Okay, curl your toes under, come into down dog, and pull your hips back. Let's take a breath here, lengthening out from the little back bend. On your inhale, bring your right leg up behind you, and on your exhale, step that right foot between your hands. Make sure the ankle is under the knee. Inhale, arms out and overhead. We're in a high crescent. Take your time. Maybe you look up, maybe not. That's okay. Try not to grip the mat with your right toes. Pivot that left heel to the floor, open to warrior two. Right knee draws to the right. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Straighten the right leg, tip into triangle. Left fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Focus on lengthening your spine. The hamstring stretch of this will happen. So I like to try to focus on what's going on with my torso and my spine. And breathe deeply. And before I know it, if I take my mind off of my hamstrings, eventually they sort of relent. Okay, we're going for the revolved triangle. You can either plant your left heel and pivot the toes forward, or you plant the ball of your foot and you pivot the heel backward. Whatever will facilitate getting a 45-degree angle in that foot, it changes for me. Okay, so either the left hand comes to the floor and the right arm goes forward, up and around, or if your hamstring says nope, then both hands to your right shin and give a little bit of a micro bend into that right knee. Lengthen your spine. Deep breaths. Breathing through your nose helps to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which will help you to relax. It de-stresses the situation. So when you've got tight muscles that are arguing with you, breathing through your nose will help to relax them more than breathing through your mouth. Okay, pivot so all toes point forward. That left heel will lift. Fingertips to the floor, maybe the palms can fit to the floor. And follow your breath, inhaling and exhaling, lengthening that right leg, and then putting a bend into it. And all the while, focus again on a nice long spine, keeping your shoulders away from your ears. The focus is less on getting the stretch on the hamstrings, which of course is going to happen, but more on getting length in the spine. Okay, next time you have a bend in your knee, keep it there and let's step to the top. Half lift, fill your lungs. Fold forward. Soften your knees, arms come forward, up and back. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's go for a little bit of a hip stretch here. So feet are wide. Let's come down into a little bit of a squat so that your hips are knee height, arms alongside your ears. Soften your feet. Avoid gripping the mat with your toes. Lengthen your spine. Press your feet into the floor. So we're going to practice feeling what it's like to relax your feet versus pressing your feet into the floor. Also, that feeling for me is sort of pressing my ankles out to the side and then relaxing my leg muscles. Bring your hands to the mat. Lengthen your legs, straighten your legs. Let's fold forward, feel equal weight in your heels and the balls of your feet. From here, bring yourself down to seated. Legs out in front. Let's go for Paschimottanasana. Toes reach up to the ceiling. Inhale, arms above you. And exhale, bring yourself forward and down. Again, focus more on the length of your spine than on how deep you're going into the pose. With the breath, sneaking into the forward fold will happen eventually. To get a little bit more stretch on the spine and the spinal cord, bring your chin into your chest. And then as you're breathing, we'll do the same thing we did in the beginning. Just slowly start to draw your forehead towards your knees, taking deep breaths as you go. Then bring your arms alongside your ears, reach your arms forward and up, and arms down to the sides. Let's go for reverse plank. Hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your feet. Point your toes. The goal in this is to maybe try to get the balls of your feet and your toes to touch the floor. Okay, lift your hips. Press the balls of your feet into the floor. Lift your hips to the ceiling. Press into the floor. Deep breaths. This is also a stretch on your biceps, your pec muscles. Another deep breath here. Lift your toes, lower your hips. Bring yourself onto sitting on your heels. You're gonna get just a little bit of a nice stretch on the tops of your feet here for a second. Clasp your hands behind you. Draw your shoulder blades together. If it feels good to you, you can bring yourself forward, forehead to the floor, drawing your hands up to the ceiling. Again, taking deep breaths here. And then bring yourself back up. Release your hands, come down to the mat. Prepare for Shavasana. Let's do a little bit of a twist before you go into Shavasana. Arms out to the side, knees into your chest. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, knees to the right, look to the left. Bring your knees to center, take an inhale here, and exhale, legs to the left, look to the right. And bring your legs back to center, arms next to your body. Draw some circles on the ceiling with your knees. And go in the opposite direction. And place your feet on the floor, and let's prepare for Shavasana. Find your favorite Shavasana position. I'm going to have to let the cat in because her favorite position is sleeping on Clint. I know, there he is. Okay. And once you found your spot, see if you can let your bones settle a little bit more. Take a deep inhale. Sigh. And when you're ready for it, take another deep inhale. And sigh. Find a nice, easy, effortless breath. Let's practice visualization in this Shavasana. So imagine yourself in a place that brings you a lot of comfort. So perhaps at the beach, perhaps in, I don't know, soft spring grass with cute little flowers growing up, maybe a gentle breeze. So imagine the colors of that place. See if those colors can be vivid in your mind. Think about what you might smell if you were there. Salt water, sand has a kind of smell to it, dirt, mud, maybe pine trees. What would the wind feel like, if there is any? Do you feel sun on you? Whatever it is you'd be laying on, can you feel, can you sense that texture? Maybe there's a combination of coolness and warmth, grit. What would you hear? Birds, waves, wind, trees. What might you taste? Can you taste the air? Maybe the taste of clover. You can hang on to that visualization or let it gently dissolve. And start to deepen your breath. Coming back to the room, feeling the weight of your body on the mat, on the floor, in your house. Move your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Reach your arms above you, stretch your feet and legs away from you. Feeling your bones lengthen. When you're ready, roll to one side. And then eventually make your way back up to your easy seated position, taking your time. Again, this is from Pema Chodron. When you open up to life as it is, when you open yourself up to the continually changing, impermanent, dynamic nature of your own being and of reality, you increase your capacity to love and care about other people and your capacity to not be afraid. You're able to keep your eyes open, your heart open, and your mind open. And you notice when you get caught up in prejudice, bias, and aggression. You develop an enthusiasm for no longer watering those negative seeds from now until the day you die. And you begin to think of your life as offering endless opportunities to start and do things differently. Take a deep inhale. Blow it out. Deep inhale. Blow it out. One more deep inhale. And blow it out. Find your natural breath. Sit tall. Lift the sides of your mouth. And feel yourself open up. Feel your heart open up, your face, your mind. But as Carl Sagan said, don't let your mind be so open that your brains fall out. May all beings in the universe be happy and free. And may our actions and our thoughts contribute to their happiness and their freedom. Namaste. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Hope you do something wonderful. And I will see you on Wednesday.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye. Thanks.